what creative financing is. I think the easiest way is to start by talking about what the types of financing are, okay? So traditional financing is when you go to the bank and you borrow money from the bank in order to buy property, okay? Creative financing is everything else. You might think, well, why would I need everything else if I could just go to a reputable bank and know that I'm going to get a good solid property, and they're going to require inspections and they're going to require insurance and all that thing. I mean, it sounds like it's all very safe. Well, any experienced investor will tell you that what sounds safe is usually less profitable. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why just going to the bank to buy your properties is actually less profitable as a real estate investor. Now, for all of you who know my philosophy on buying property, yes, it is true. I do not like to buy property on debt. We'll get to that in a second, all right? But one of the reasons you need creative financing is because the banks are slow. Even the fastest of banks, it's still going to take you about 45 days or so to actually close on that property. Okay, and that's a fast moving transaction with an aggressive loan officer and an aggressive realtor. All right, most deals take 60 days or even longer. Another reason why you're going to want to learn creative financing strategies if you're going to be a real estate investor is that after a couple properties, the banks don't want to keep lending to you. Okay, now if you have years of real estate, if you have years of tax returns showing that you really have a real estate business, and a business is not something that loses money. See, the IRS calls things that lose money hobbies. All right. But if you can show for a couple of years that you've had an actual business that's profiting, then the banks will be more likely. But you got to get to that point first, right? And so the banks don't like to lend after 4 or 5 properties. So creative financing is a popular strategy for many investors. Another reason why creative financing strategies are so important is because banks, they don't like to lend when the market's crashing for real estate. Like if the market is crashing, why would I as a bank want to help you buy a house? I don't know when the crash is going to come. See, that's the thing about real estate. We never know when it's about to crash until it's crashing, right? And you never know how much further down it's going to crash until it starts to climb back up. And so banks are not going to take chances during that time. They're in the business of making money, and they're in the business of making relatively safe money. See, they know that that if they play the long game, they can make millions, billions, trillions off of 1%, 2%, 3% interest, okay? Because they can play the long game and they've got volume of money. We as individual investors, we don't have volume of money. We need to move quickly. We need to get good real estate, good interest rates, okay? And so if we're going to use debt, which I really don't recommend, but when a crashing market, cash is king. When a crashing market, you got to have that cash to put that on that table and get rid of that seller's headache and take that property and create those win-win-win deals. Okay, you can't wait 60 days for the bank because who knows what the market's going to be. The bank's not going to take that chance, and neither should you. All right. Another reason why you should look into creative financing is that when you go, or any lender for that matter, even a private lender, they're going to want you to have skin in the game. And the way the bank's structured, they generally want you to have 10 to 20% of your own money as a down payment. Okay, and if you keep doing that a lot, it could be a lot of outgo for you. And if you haven't structured the deals the best for just getting started, that could actually lead to quite a crunch for you when things go wrong. Okay. Oh, we're missing my slide that says my biggest reason why you need creative financing strategies is because wait. Let me switch the screen here because I want to make sure you hear this. You hear it from me. All right, hold on. The biggest reason why you need creative financing strategies is because I don't like debt. And I don't like to teach you how to use debt. And so the strategies that I'm going to recommend do indeed have to deal with debt, but I don't want you to find yourself stuck with daisy chain properties, $800 and something thousand of debt that takes you 11 years to overcome. Okay, so let's go back to the slides now.